Hey guys, Scooby Steve here again. Oh, so I have got the aluminum floor done. I've already got this hinge done, welded on, and the riv nut put on. And these are just some flat plate hinges that I got from Menards. These ones are drilled. This one's already got the riv nuts in it. I ran out of riv nuts, so I haven't been able to finish these two. But let me put some stuff up here. So I got a little hole there. But it lifts up. Everything clears fine. You can see there. Nice little storage. I also used a 1x1 angle here, so that way it had something to rest on. I might also put some sort of a lock on there so it's not sitting here flapping, although I don't think that's really going to be a problem. Also, you can see I cut more of my floor out. Between the fact that the metal still had a couple divots and holes, and I would have had to figure out how to patch that, fill it, cut it, whatnot. I just cut farther back to where this was perfectly flat here and here. And then that concave there, I just slid it and flattened it out, re-welded it. Now that's 22 gauge metal. It's pretty thin stuff. I was actually having a problem with burning through even with 0.024 wire on. So I used this here. Now these are Harbor Freight cheapos. I cut one and used it as a welding back. So I just held it there. And what that does is it takes some heat out of the weld, but it still has the penetration that it needs. And being aluminum, it doesn't weld to it. So that way I can just move it right off and out of the way. Nice good welds through it. So now I'm at the point where I just need to finish that. Over here on the interior pieces, I did want to keep these, so I trimmed it nice and flush with that piece, so that way this didn't interfere with it. Also cut that big bulk out since there's no longer a raised floor section there. There's also no bracket for it to attach to. I might try and make something out of fiberglass that goes down to this body line that fills this. I might not. I might just leave it the way it is. Some parts from Japan actually showed up. Cusco rear sway bar brace, I think is what this is, along with some rear subframe braces. And this sweet little thing. It's a High Story die-cast Baja. Those are actually really expensive. They're normally about $120. I paid a lot less, but obviously with shipping, it probably got up there. So I'm going to go on ahead and start figuring out this upper section here and get it cut down, get it all welded in and everything, and yeah, we'll be back. So I'm working on the aluminum piece here, and I've got it all trimmed up. I had to cut it a little shorter just because it was too close to the 2x6 and it was kinking. Now one of the tools that I use is this. If you don't have one of these and you do a lot of this metal work like this, you're doing yourself and your work a great disservice. So you can see here, you get all these burrs. You just put that on there and you pull, and look at that. No more sharp edge. It's a great tool. It's a AFA tooling. I got this on Amazon. I think it was around about 20 bucks or so. And it comes with a bunch of these little pieces here. They just release like that. Really great to have. Really great to have. I got my quality inspectors here, making sure that they're going to enjoy it. Is that comfy? You know, probably put some type of a foam pad on top for them though. But they seem to be liking it. Yeah. Alright, so I've got the back piece for this ordered. It's going to be an 18 gauge. I also got the other two hinges put on, welded. I also made this out of some 1/8 inch aluminum that I had left over from making the cold air intake shroud on this. I'll show you here. That is going to be very cold air coming through here. The headlight's done. You can see here it passes through. And this is completely blocked off from the engine bay. And the bottom even has a rubber piece, that way I don't scratch the paint on it. So yeah, I used some leftover aluminum, chased out a piece on cardboard, made the B-pillar cover here. I was originally going to use the factory piece, but the way that it attaches is it actually wraps around this pinch weld, and because I'm going to flat plate on that pinch weld, that wasn't going to work, and I couldn't cut it either because, again, the way it attaches is it just hugs around that pinch weld. So that's done. I need to make the other side. I need to actually get a piece of 1/8 inch aluminum ordered. I also started working on the battery tray for this. Oddly enough, this brace right here, it's a Cusco brace for the sway bar. It has 3 holes in it. And what that's for is for the diffuser that comes with this for the BE5 and the BH5s. Obviously that wouldn't work, but that's fine. This actually works plenty well for what I need it for, I guess. I wasn't going to put one on this, but now that I notice that that kind of works to my benefit, I'll probably just need to buy another one for the Baja. And the battery cable I still need to run. I've got some fancy little pieces for that to use that will weatherproof seal it to the battery box. Also, I'm going to change out the tongue design. I was going to go all the way back here. I don't think I need to. And also, I really can't figure out how to make it so that the rear subframe is still droppable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this piece, and then that 2x6 too. It's going to be welded on the outside, inside, inside, and outside. And on the 2x2 square pipe that I'm using, I'm going to cut at the end the top side off and the back side off. And then I'm going to flare the sides out and then weld it to that back 2x6. I don't think that's going to literally go anywhere between this. It'll have not only the pull support of being welded 4 times, but it'll also have any movement up, down, side to side. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. Let's see what else is new. I've decided I'm just going to find a set of normal Outback Legacy door panels for this. The aluminum plated would have been cool, but I just think it's cost ineffective. So that's where I'm at with that. Let's see. So yeah, that is where I'm currently at. Just plugging away on her still. Once I get that back piece finally put in, I'll go on ahead and prime everything inside of here. I'll sand it all down, sand this front piece down, that piece down. I also have some internal frame coating coming from Eastwood so that I can spray back in these channels and then do all inside of here as well. And then I will hit it with a 3M cavity wax as well. And just to go overkill, I'll probably also fluid film it once that 3M cavity wax is set up, because that turns into a real thick wax at all temperatures. So that is what the plan is. So I think for now that's it. Alright, tongue is through. We also got the ball mount on it, although I'm gonna have to cut quite a bit of this out. I mean, it's obviously too long. So next up, I'm pulled out. Also, I grabbed my Eastwood internal frame coating. I bought 3 cans of it, and I went in every hole I could find and just rotated it around inside of it, jiggled it. So that entire thing is coated. I went with the green so I could see the coverage, and then I went over it and fluid filmed it. And everything is coated, even all the way in through here. So that is where I'm at. I'm going to go on ahead and get this chopped down get it ready to get welded in, and then finally finish this floor, get it epoxy primered, seam seal all around, anywhere where I need to, wire wheel it, sand it, prime it, and call it good for the time being. I will eventually scuff all of this and it'll all get black Raptor lined. And the tongue, I need to grab some more Eastwood internal frame coating so I can spray it inside of it. I'll also fluid film it as well. And then I need to run the trailer wiring through it and then all the way to the taillights here. So that is where we're at today. It's dark. I'm going to call it a night for today. I still haven't ordered the metal for the bed. I did grab these here. What these are weather packed to go into the battery box. It's going to go in there. And the way it works, as you can see here, it slides now. And then I tighten this down and it doesn't slide. This here is what goes through a piece of metal. It's got a little rubber seal in there, so that way it's going to keep all the moisture out. I could have done a grommet, but I mean, these are way nicer and no moisture is going to get in that way. I'm going to go on ahead and call it a night tonight, and then I'll hit it again tomorrow. Alright, so tongue is all burned in there, and the back side. And I'll go over here and open the door. Show you how I did it there. So you can see that I just flared out this side and then flared out that side. That side's a little longer, so that way I could hit that one first and then hit that one. But yeah, she is completely welded in and she is not going anywhere. This is obviously too long. I'll attach it to the Baja and see just how much I want to cut down on it. So next is take this piece of metal and make that back floor. And then I can start sanding down, get it put in an epoxy primer and Raptor line it. Went on ahead and Raptor lined the bumper for the Frontier. This is with a tintable in a bright silver is what I did that one in. So that one's gonna dry until tomorrow. Get that put on. I've got this all mapped out here. I know how much I need. So I'm gonna hopefully order that tomorrow. Otherwise I might order it closer to the weekend, where I'll wind up really having time to do that. I got some other stuff to do and take care of this week. So that is where I'm at. I'm going to go on ahead and get that other piece bent up, trimmed down, and start getting that plug welded in. I probably won't weld the entire thing. Just fine. It's what seam sealer is for on the bottom. And then Raptor line it obviously on the top and bottom, so it's not like moisture is going to get into the weld. So I think just a couple little tacks, stitch weld it, probably call it a day up here. Alright, and that piece was a little trimmed. I stitched it in and then ran a couple 1/2-inch beads on it. The underside I went along and also ran a couple 1/2-inch beads on it. So that is, I think that's it for it. She's nice and solid in there. I might throw a couple more stitches in there, but it's pretty much ready to get sanded and get epoxy primed. And then I think I have a quart of Raptor liner. I could probably get most of this done. I think I should probably buy another gallon kit. And then if I have extras, I have extras. It's not a big deal. Not like I'm not going to use it for the bottom side. So that is where I'm at so far. Probably going to pull the rest of the interior back out, all these panels, and I'll wire wheel it,
Or I might see about getting a little mini DA, throwing some sandpaper on it that way and just going to town all over it.